Hello, hi everybody. Happy Sunday. It's me, Monica P. Hall, aka Conduit of Healing. And hey, you like my glasses? Like them? Like them? Like them? They're not new. I actually am almost as blind as a bat, which is kind of funny being a psychic. I've been wearing glasses since I was 7 years old. But given that today is Sunday and the Lord is resting and so am I just didn't make myself prettier for you guys today. Today, you're just going to have to deal with Nerdy Girl. So, why am I coming to you today? You know, I'm coming to you today to talk about something that we all go through in life, and it's an experience that if you're going to be here and you're going to be human, you're going to have it, and the experience is called pain. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because a funny thing happened yesterday on the way to getting iced coffee. I find sometimes that when I'm talking with spirit, I'll answer out loud. Sure, people think I'm crazy and whatever. In a lot of ways I am, but not in that way. In any case, though, I was answering spirit out loud, walking down the sidewalk, and this guy says to me from the window of this van that was parked, he says to me, he goes, "Are you talking to yourself?" And I said, "No, I'm talking to spirit. I'm a psychic." And long story short, I ended up giving a free reading to this person, and it was about pain. It was about going through pain. How do you get through pain in life? And what we do as humans to try to avoid that experience. You know, I think we always forget how we were born. You know, it was painful to be born. Somebody was in pain to give birth to us. And yet we go through life as adults trying to avoid pain, and it's the silliest thing ever. It's painful to learn how to walk. You probably fall down a few times. To ride a bike. For some speaking. For some becoming bilingual. You know, but this is part of the experience. And so one of the things that was brought up to me yesterday by these gentlemen, and they were all of 20 years old, and I'm about to be 38, was about how young I look for my age. And you know, the thing about it is it's not really a big secret. It's called I love myself. And when you love yourself, you treat yourself in that manner. The thing about pain is that you're going to experience it if you're going to live. Life has challenges. Life has disappointments. Things don't always go the way we would necessarily like them to go. You know, life has its own intrinsic flow. And sometimes we don't like the way things are flowing, so we try to manipulate the flow. Or we try to manipulate people. Or we try to manipulate ourselves. Or we try to manipulate situations, and it becomes very chaotic because it's simply not true. And then we wonder why we're experiencing certain discomforts. The truth of the matter is that the only person you can control in this life is yourself. And even the act of trying to control someone else or trying to control the situation as if they don't have a say is going to put you in a position where you're going to experience discomfort or pain, because it's simply out of universal order. We all have free will here, whether we're conscious of it or not. So to try to impose your will onto another is going to cause you discomfort, aka pain, when you realize you just can't dictate what another person says or does to suit your own will or ego. So the best thing for you to do is to figure out the flow of life as quickly and as simply as you possibly can, and adjust yourself accordingly so that you're in the natural flow and order of things. And I'm not going to lie to you, it wasn't something that I innately learned. It's something I learned by trial and error. I'd like to call that trial and error my entire 20s. And I have no regrets about anything I did in my 20s, but I have to tell you, it was very frustrating running up against the same wall over and over again. Just when you think you're going to make progress, it's like boom, you hit the same wall, and you think you're making adjustments, you're making changes, and boom, you hit the same wall. What am I doing wrong? Well, the first thing you might be doing wrong is simply not listening. Not listening. We do a lot of talking, we do very little listening. Listening to ourselves, listening to spirit, listening to people around us, Somebody tells you no, you shouldn't try to talk them into a yes because you don't like the sound of a no. No is no is no. You know what I mean? Trying to talk them out of it, trying to, you know, use manipulation, trying to use emotional blackmail. If you love me, you'll do this. These are all things that in the end are really going to hurt you. Even if in the short run it gets you what you want. Overall, it's going to cause discord and it's going to cause discomfort, aka pain. And when we experience pain, nobody ever wants to experience pain. And hey, that's understandable. It can be uncomfortable. But the thing about pain is that the only way to get through it is to actually get through it. You must learn something from your experience. You must learn it so that you never have to have the experience again. Because if you're having the same lessons being taught to you, it's because you haven't learned a gosh darn thing. And therefore, you have to keep going through the same lessons over and over again. Okay? So, here's what we know for sure. Pain cannot be avoided. Pain can be medicated, but the moment your medication stops working, the pain is standing there waiting for you like, hey, how are you doing? Are you ready to deal with me now? And that includes shopping, eating, drinking, drug use, using other people, using your job, all the distractions that we as wonderful human beings have created. At the end of it, when you have to go to sleep, or when you're waking up, or when you're in those quiet moments, the pain is like, hey, I'm still here, and I really would love it if you dealt with me. Because there's no aspect of you that wants you to be unhappy or wants you to be in pain. So the only way to go through it is to really go through it. Allow yourself to feel the discomfort of pain. There's a reason why many different cultures have long mourning processes, everything from 7 days to, I guess, a few weeks. When you allow yourself to feel these emotions of pain and you really allow it, you give yourself the safe space, you give yourself permission to really feel pain, whether it be emotional pain. Well, all pain is probably emotional. It ends up there anyway. Physical pain. These are opportunities for you to make yourself a stronger person, for you to earn adulthood. And I said this to the guys yesterday. Being an adult has nothing to do with your physiological makeup. Just because you have pubic hairs does not make you an adult. Being an adult is how you use your wisdom for difficult situations. How you use your ability and self-knowing to make or have the best reactions to any situation that comes to you in life. That's what being an adult is. It's not about how many cells you've split in a lifetime. It's not about your ability to make a lot of money or to make a lot of friends or to have a lot of things. That's not what it's about, because you know what? A lot of things that we consider quote-unquote bad or painful happen to people who are quote-unquote successful, happen to people who have money, happen to people who we consider beautiful. It happens to all of us. And the adultness or the wisdom comes in it with, how am I going to react? Am I in control of this reaction? Am I allowing myself to really delve into this situation so I can get to the other side of it and be better for it? Alright, so listen, if you're my client and we're having a reading and we're talking about pain, I am never going to tell you to shy away from pain. I am never going to tell you to walk away from it. I'm never going to tell you to have a glass of wine or a drink or a smoke in order to medicate pain. I like wine, but it's not to get rid of anything. It's because I like wine. So life is not without challenge. Life is not without discomfort. Life is not without pain, but it can be good because that is what you choose for yourself. You can get through the hard times because you choose to get through them rather than avoiding them, because you can't avoid them. Just when you're sober and the hangover kicks in, there's the pain. That's how it goes. So why do you have to go that route if there's an alternative? And the alternative is doing whatever it takes for you to get through the pain. You know, when my father died, and he died 1993. I went into myself and I really kind of shut down for 3 months. I didn't speak to anyone. I didn't talk to anyone. I just really allowed myself that mourning period. I really delved into it. I cried as much as I needed to cry. I talked to spirit. I was silent. I wrote poetry. I wrote in my journal. I did whatever it took to get through that and to understand what a gift life is. Yeah, when you look at death that way, then you really understand that life, this experience, is a gift. It's not something that we should take for granted. It's something that we should celebrate as much as we possibly can. So think on that. How do I get through pain? By getting through the pain. Okay? So this is me loving you, hoping that you're loving yourselves. Monica P. Hall, Conduit of Healing. Namaste, and check me out on my website, www.conduitofhealing.com. If you like my words of wisdoms, I have a store for you on Cafe Press at conduitofhealing.com. All right? Have a great Sunday.